Next meeting
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you, Esther. Today's date is 4/12/2023. Please keep your microphone on mute. Unmute when you do need to speak and use the chat box for questions or comments. Of course, this meeting is being recorded. If you would like interpretation, please click the globe at the bottom of your screen and you will be in the same meeting, but you will hear a different channel of voice, and that will be in Spanish to translate actively as we are in our meeting. Again, that's me, Ashley Peak. There's my email address if you ever need to contact me for any reason. We also have Jacqueline Murillo, our Vice President.
Hello, everyone.
We have Miss Allison Urungary. I don't think she is here yet. She's our secretary. We also have Bianca Corrales, our newest member of the committee for communications. And she waved hello.
Hi, everyone.
There's her voice. Okay, and we would not be a successful group would it not be for our administrators of the district. We are a partnership of parents and admin, making it fully rounded. We have Esther Garcia, our coordinator of English learners, TK through 12.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being with us.
And last but not least, I don't know if Patricia is here, but she is our TOSA, which stands for Teacher on Special Assignment for Dual Language Immersion K through 12.
She is not here. She's at an event for her graduating senior.
That is exciting. So Patricia, fun fact, she actually has a student in DLI that's been in DLI since the very beginning. So she is not only the teacher on assignment for the program, but she's an invested parent. I love knowing that about her. So this is our reunion mensual. I'm not sure how to say that correctly. Somebody else please do it that can do it better than I.
Reunión mensual.
Thank you. Our monthly meeting, 4/12/23. This is our last one of this school year, you guys. Somos, meaning we are. Some of the goals of Somos are to provide resources to DLI families to ensure success, foster communication between school sites, parents, and our district, enhance engagement of all of our stakeholders, encourage ideas and opportunities for students, and to help develop a roadmap for families. Tonight's agenda, we have apps for learning. We have summer school updates and information, some public library opportunities, tips for summer, and updates to the general K through 12 program. Okay, apps for learning. Esther, would you like to explain these or would you like me to do it?
You can go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
I will try my best. So the point of this particular meeting is to just help set you guys up for summer. Summer can be a daunting time, especially if you are new to the program, where if your kids are only speaking Spanish in the classroom, they come home and in summer it's sort of vacant from the language. And you have to find ways to invent that for your child. And if you're working, that's doubly hard. And if you are working, I think that's this particular slide is for you. And if you're a stay-at-home parent, this also could be for you. These are apps available to your kids on Clever. We did have a series in one of our meetings where we explained how to log on to Clever and what that means. If you do have questions about how to access this, please reach out to us or let us know right now if you're here and we can help explain it more. Each of these are apps that help to engage your students in Spanish learning. They guide them through, and these are apps that they're already using in the classroom. So this is nothing new to your students, but they enjoy them. They're like fun time on the iPad, if that's a thing in your house, or on the computer. And I know in our house over summer, my kids crave that time because they're so used to being on these things during the school year. So it kind of creates a sense of normalcy for them and gives them a chance to practice their Spanish, and they're seeing it and they're hearing it. All the ways to engage. Is there anything I missed on that, Esther, that you'd like to add?
I just want parents to notice the grade levels for these apps. And for Brain Pop, I completely meant to say that this was K7, K8. So we do have Brain Pop in kindergarten through the 8th grade. And paper is only for 7th through 12th grade students. This is the tutoring program that we have. Is completely virtual. It is 24/7. So if your children need some tutoring during their summer school session, please encourage them to use paper. It is an amazing tutoring program that will support them in every single area, including chemistry and physics.
Another great app, of course, is Duolingo. I know a lot of us parents use this just to keep up with our smart students as they learn Spanish, or even as they're learning English in their classrooms if they're coming from a Spanish-speaking household. This one's readily available, but I think the district supports using it as well.
And if you click on the little owl, it will take you straight into the login page, or the page that you can create your own account if you do not have a Duolingo account. It truly is a great program, very similar to Rosetta Stone, and it is completely free.
Okay, and these are some straight from me tips that I've used over the years with my students. As a refresh, I guess I have a 5th grade DLI student, so this is her 6th year in the program, and I have a 1st grade DLI student, and this is his 2nd year in the program. Both of my kids have had their challenges with learning the language. They come from a English-speaking household, and we try to encourage them in any way that we can to speak Spanish during the summer. Of course, the learning slide happens in summer, right? They get home, they stop doing their academic work, and they sort of drop all of the math that they've picked up over the end of the year. And of course, that happens every year. And I think that happens with language as well. And these are just some tricks that are tried and true in my household and friends of mine that use to keep their kids engaged. So one of the things is using movies at home. Who watches movies at home in summer? Or throws the movie on while you do the thing and then your kids are watching the movie. So us too, you can change the language on the movies that you have set. Let's say for your Apple TV or your Netflix, you can change the language that it's spoken in that way. So it's in Spanish instead. You might choose movies that are really familiar to your students. Maybe not something they've never seen before, or maybe for a challenge, something that they haven't seen before. Something like The Lion King, where the students understand the story if they're learning Spanish more, and they will understand the Spanish given the context of the pictures, just like they're doing in the classroom. Another suggestion we have is to get together with friends. Make friends with the kids in your students' classrooms and swap information with parents, and take them to the park one day and let them only speak Spanish. Maybe you bribe them with popsicles, just a thought. That's always worked for us. And they, I think, feed off of their friends as they're trying to learn the language and speak the language, and they want to do what their friends are doing. And so it's kind of like a good way to use peer pressure to help them. Another suggestion, if you've got teens and older kids, like my 5th grader, they are fluent in Spanish already, especially those teenagers. Make them go out into the world and only speak Spanish. Take them out to dinner and have them only use their Spanish skills. Have them converse with folks at the grocery store, wherever it is you're going for the day, and challenge them. And maybe again, bribe them with popsicles or something that they enjoy. Maybe it's a movie at the movie theater later on. Maybe it's their favorite meal for dinner. However, you have to encourage them. Another real obvious one that sometimes we forget about is the library. Library resources are plentiful. We have our own Bianca Corrales here, who will talk more about the library in a little while. She's on the board at our main library, is that right?
I'm on the board of trustees for the library for the city of Riverside. So Usually I will get a lot of the information before it actually happens in the libraries. But yeah, they're doing a lot this month just because of Dia del Niño, which is widely celebrated in Mexico. So they're doing different events on the daily for this month, which I will show you guys later.
So our local library has not only books in Spanish, there's a category for Spanish books in every one of our libraries that are age appropriate. Maybe they're chapter books, maybe they're more extensive books for the more advanced reader, or maybe they're simply the picture books with one image per page. All of that is available at our libraries and free. And now there are no longer fees associated with returning libraries late or library books late. There's also the cloud library, which is a completely digitized system where you can access books for free from home. You can do it on a computer, you can do it on a tablet, you can even check out tablets at the library. Our libraries have really done a great job keeping with the times and advancing their technology to match what the community needs. So don't forget about them. My final tip for you is to spend some time in a staycation in our town, our surrounding town, and maybe take in a tour at any of these locations I've listed here. The Cheech UCR Arts, which is actually located in downtown Riverside. It's not at the UCR campus. The UCR Botanic Gardens, which is located at the UCR campus. The Mission Inn, March Air Force Base. These are all places that offer tours, and you can call and coordinate a bilingual tour or maybe a tour just in Spanish. We did this just last summer. If any of you are here that went on that, we organized a tour to the Cheech and advertised it through our Facebook group. And I think we had maybe 15 or 20 students came along for 2 different sessions that we provided. That was something we did last year with Somos. Maybe we'll do it again this summer. We'll see how quiet it gets. But if anyone's interested in that or needs more info, please reach out to me. Okay, summer school, Miss Esther Garcia, I'll let you take this one.
Yes, thank you. Summer school begins on May 31st of this school year and ends on June 28th. So please sign up for summer school because it will have sessions from kindergarten to 12th grade. There will be no school, of course, on June 19th. It is a new holiday to celebrate Juneteenth. And it will offer an after-school program. Our after-school coordinator, Mrs. Jerry Castro, is working very, very hard not only to organize this great big program after summer school, but she will also include the after-school program with lots of great activities for students, including swimming for some schools. It is open to all students this school year. I know that some parents, some summers worry that their children are not invited because we tend to focus on the students who need extra support during the summer school. However, this school year, we will be able to offer it to all students. So parents, I encourage all of the parents to take advantage that if an invitation comes your way, which it will be coming very, very soon. Please take advantage of summer school. It will be an opportunity to make up some of that learning loss that we unfortunately experienced during virtual learning. And our DLI program will have their own program, and we will be offering courses in Spanish for the K through 2nd and maintaining that 50-50% in our 4th through 6th grade. So take advantage of our summer school, and I hope you guys can join us.
Esther, there was a question in the chat. It says, is the sign up window still open for summer school?
Yes, I believe the invitations have not gone out. The notices for summer school have not gone out to the parents, but I anticipate that they should be coming home around next week because the selection of teachers is being finalized this Friday. So I am sure that the notices will be coming out next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Esther.
Okay.
Bianca, why don't you go ahead and talk about these library calendars that you've thrown in here?
Okay. So for the month of April, the library is celebrating Dia del Niño the whole month. So they've actually added a lot of stuff to the calendars, which I posted here. I could actually put the link in the chat. Give me a second. Hold on.
Esther, we have a question while Bianca's putting that link in the chat. It says,
Okay.
to clarify, summer camp is different from summer school.
I have not been working closely with Mrs. Castro, but I believe that it's the same thing. Summer camp and summer school are the same thing.
I wonder if she means summer camp to refer to the after school portion. So summer school is the day portion, and then the after school, the additional would be summer camp.
Our summer programs in the past years, they have been, the theme has always been summer camp. And summer camp is the same as summer school. And so this school year, I know our summer program will have a theme. I don't know yet what that theme will be, but as soon as I get more information, I will pass it on to you, Ashley, so that you can post it on your Facebook.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm having trouble posting it, but I'll do it right now. Give me a second. Okay, so they have story walks all month long, all day at all the locations. So if you guys have never been on a story walk, they usually have those outside of the library where you can walk through, and they have the story. So they're doing that in Spanish, I believe. And then they also have, if you look on the calendar, if you can go on to the Riverside, it's riversidecalifornia.gov /library. They have, you go to events, or you can go to the kids section where it says kids, and it has family events, and the calendar will pop up. And on each day they have a Dia event. They have one where it says K at Tinker. From what I spoke to my contact, they told me that those are like different STEM events where the families can build stuff. There's story times. Most some are in the morning around 11, and then there's some that are after school, and it will say the location of each of the locations of each library where they're doing the story time in Spanish. And they have other arts and crafts that are going on throughout the whole month of April. So you can just check on the daily if you have time with your kids to escape from homework and and from all the stuff going on at home, just for maybe an hour or so with your kids, and go do that. But they have a lot of really cool arts and crafts activities, bilingual story times, and STEM activities for the month of April. So and there's even other of the county libraries, which if you don't know which libraries are considered county, because I didn't know for a long time, I thought they were all the same because they were driving distance, but there's like the one at Woodcrest is considered a county library. They'll have events. They have the one at, I believe I want to say it's Rubidoux is considered a county library, but there's different libraries that are considered county libraries, and then there's city libraries. And so like Arlington, all the ones that are listed on these calendars are the city libraries. And then they have some that are close by, and you would think that they're city libraries, and they're actually county libraries. But they all have events for Dia del Niño going on this month. So you should check them out, because there's times where I walked into library during April, and they're giving out free Spanish books for your kids. And sometimes they'll let you take more than one, or you can go in the next day and grab another one. And they won't tell you no. Like one time I was able to get like 10, and They're like, please just take them, because they're just sitting there. Nobody's utilizing them. So if you would really like to go and take advantage of your library, they do a lot of free stuff for your kids in both languages. And my kids go all the time, and they love the free books, especially because it's a lot of books that are from Scholastic that you guys end up paying $5 or more for, and they're free through the library. So I would take advantage of all the events that they have. And you could even ask them, hey, what are you guys doing for Dia del Niño? And they're always willing to help. I always ask during the month of April because they always do something. So I hope that helps.
Thank you, Bianca. That's great to have. And we can share this on our Google page so everyone has access to this slide with the calendar. Or if you click also in the chat, looks like there's a few of our helpers here that have put in some links to the same calendar. We have two questions. One is going back to the previous topic. Can you see that, Esther? It's stating that previous emails say summer camp applications were due March 17th. And the Google form link says it's no longer accepting responses. So does that mean applications to the summer school program, or is this to Jerry Castro's after school program, or both?
It's going to be for both. I messaged her during Bianca's presentation, and it is summer camp. And for right now, they are not accepting any more applications. But parents, please note that once the summer program begins, they do tend to accept more children. So keep your application handy, and as soon as it reopens, you can submit one.
That's good advice. And also maybe reach out to Jerry Castro separate. Yes. You've got an application you really want to push through, because I'm sure she would know if they hired more helpers for the program, because that's usually what it comes down to, right? They have to have the right ratio of students per counselor.
Yes, correct. So yes, so please feel free to send her an email and with any questions you may have, but I would keep that application handy for the beginning of the summer program in case she is going to accept more applications, which we usually do accept more applications at the beginning.
Good to know. Thank you, Bianca. Any more questions about the library specifically? We do see one in the chat from our Jackie Murillo asking if the library will watch your students. Will they watch the kids? Probably not. I think that was a joke. I think that's it for questions. Well, thank you, Bianca.
You're welcome. And for Esther, I will piggyback on your summer school advice. There's been many years where my son was invited and my daughter wasn't, but my daughter wanted to go. And I always still asked for an application, and I always still turned it in. And she was usually not denied because there was a lot of kids that were invited that didn't fill out the form, and their parents just didn't want to do it. So there's always space. And last year they were at the DLI portion was at Mountain View. And my son and my daughter were actually in the same class. One's a 5th grader, one is a 6th grader, because they didn't have enough students for each class. So if you really want your kids to go to summer school, I would definitely make sure that they got an application, even if they weren't invited or the Google form is closed. I would definitely just still try, push it through. And I mean, the worst they can tell you is no. But my kids have gone to summer school every year that it's been offered. So this year my son will be going to Sierra. The Sierra one because he's promoting this year. So this is the first year they're not gonna do summer school together. And I believe that one is I think that one ends earlier in the day, but they can do prime time after. And the one for this year, I believe Jefferson is having summer school at Jefferson for both DLI and English. And that one is gonna be from what I read on the on the Google form, it was gonna be from 8 to 5. So it was gonna be an all-day thing, similar to exploration days, because they did exploration days during the spring break and they loved it because they did a portion of it for the DLI kids. If you put that you had DLI kids in that program, they did a portion of it in Spanish for them. So I would definitely, if you really want them in the summer school program, I would definitely go straight to the school and ask them if you could still sign them up and fill out whatever they need you to fill out. So
It's good advice. Advocate for your students and get them into the program that you hope to get them into. That always works.
Right. And I just want to say that the summer program, summer camp, is not 8 to 5. You have the regular summer camp program, and that should be ending between 1 and 2 o'clock, and then after school program begins. And so yes, your child can have the opportunity to be at school 8 to 5 and enjoy both programs. The Hearts program offers many wonderful activities, extracurricular activities, arts and crafts, visual performance, and some sports. So take advantage, parents. Like Bianca say, don't advocate for your kid, and don't hesitate to apply and have that application handy. So now just some updates, DLI updates. We do have the after window application open. It will stay open through the summer. We usually close it at the end of August, and this is to create a wait list. However, this application is also to recruit our bilingual and Spanish speaking children, because the makeup of our classrooms is a 50-50 model. So please, if you have children, do not hesitate to apply, especially if they are bilingual or they are Spanish speaking students. It is for Spanish speaking students, the beautiful part is that they will retain their language forever. They will not lose their language. Our English learners tend to lose their Spanish language, which makes me very sad. By the 4th, 5th grade, they begin to lose their Spanish language. By the time they get to middle school, they don't want to speak it anymore. And by the time they get to high school, we can forget about them speaking in Spanish. So parents, this is a great opportunity for your kids to not only become bilingual, biliterate students, they also have the opportunity to retain that language. So please, we are still recruiting Spanish and bilingual students. So the schools that we are mainly recruiting for are Fremont, Longfellow, and Washington. For Washington, this is where we really need our Spanish and our bilingual students so that we can create that 50-50 makeup in our classrooms. If you can, this is the address, riversideunified.org/4DLI, or you can just scan the QR code and it will take you straight to the application. Dates to calendar for this month, the only one I had was the last day of school. Mark your calendars. Last day of school will be Wednesday, May 24th. This year it will be on a Wednesday, May 24th. So mark your calendars, and all schools will have a minimum day on this day.
We have another question in the chat asking if the summer school application is also done online still.
Yes, it will be online, but I'm pretty sure you can download it, make a copy of it, complete it, and again, have it handy, because just like Bianca said, many students, many parents will complete the application, but at the beginning of the summer program, the students will not show up, or they decide not to attend after all, or some of them will move out of our district area and they will attend their new district summer program. So parents, if you are really interested in our summer camp, fill out that application and have it handy to turn it in as soon as it reopens.
Okay, so this is probably our fastest meeting in the history of our meetings ever. And this was the last one of this school year. So next year's meetings will be determined. We usually like to start up in September. We take August off to regroup, and then we formulate a plan for the year and lay out our meeting schedule. We like to keep it to the same day of the month, same time. And we will likely keep this on Zoom for the foreseeable future, considering that we link together so many different school sites and presenters, really, that it would be difficult to get everyone in one room at the same time. It would be a whole extra layer of coordinating and planning. So thank you, Internet. We really appreciate you coming tonight. And if you do have questions, please stay on, use the little raise the hand thing. And we'd be happy to take them. If not, thank you so much for joining us and have a nice evening. It looks like we do have another question. At least I got one. Will the students receive their certificate and pin and or medal from the Seal of Biliteracy ceremony for 6th grade?
Yes, they will receive their pin and their medal. We will be celebrating kindergarten. I know that the schools are getting ready for the Seal of Biliteracy pathway celebrations. All of the materials have been purchased, and I know that my secretary, Debbie Soto, is very good about taking care and making sure that all of the schools receive all of the materials they need. But yes, they are coming. The ceremonies are coming for kindergarten, 3rd grade, 6th grade, 8th grade, and the biggest one, most exciting, will be graduation, 12th grade. So that one will actually get the seal from Sacramento. So yes.
The official seal. Any more?
I know for Jefferson, we're having ours May 19th. So if you go to Jefferson, that day is the day that they will be giving out for kinder, 3rd, and 6th on May 19th at 8:30. It's supposed to be the celebration for those DLI students in those grades. They just sent us a letter last week. So
Good to know. We do have another question from Yvette. If we haven't heard anything for our students going into 2nd grade DLI, does that mean they didn't get accepted? Yvette, to clarify, are you asking about a current DLI student that is moving up and going to 2nd grade next year? Are they currently in the program or are they not in the program? I can see you, but you are muted. I don't know if
They are not in the program. I can see her, she's on the chat. So they are not in the program. So I can answer that question.
Sure.
For any students 1st grade and beyond who applied for our program, we do accept students up to 1st grade, kindergarten, and 1st grade if they are new to the program. And for 1st grade, we do not accept the students until the end of May because we need to know how many spaces we're going to have, and we will not know how many spaces until students leave our site and notify us. No, they will notify us whether they are returning or not. And that's how I determine how many spaces I'm going to have at each site in 1st grade. For 2nd grade, if your child is new to DLI, I regret very much to tell you that we do not accept students 2nd grade and beyond. You can feel free to please call me, leave me a message. We will return your call and have a chat with you about that. If it's a 2nd grader transferring from another DLI program, we do accept students. They do go on our priority wait list because we do not want to interrupt their continued learning in Spanish. However, accepting a child into our DLI program is truly dependent on space. If we don't have space, then we will put you on the priority list. And as soon as we have space, those are the children that we accept automatically because, again, we don't want their program to be interrupted.
Hopefully that answered your question, Yvette. Any more questions before we go? I think that's probably it. It feels so weird for this to be the last meeting and it to be the shortest. I want to give a big thank you to our committee that is always here with us, that makes this group possible, and to all of you for joining our meetings, whether this is your first or your 100th meeting. I'm sure there's been 100 by now, right? Probably. Thank you for joining in with us and creating this community. It means the world to us. And we appreciate you, and have great summers.
Yes. Have a great summer, everybody. See you next school year.
Bye, guys.
Thank you to Lupe, our translator, interpreter.
Looks like Jackie logged off. I like watching all the screens close. It reminds me of solitaire when you win a game and it does the thing. There it goes. I wanted to say really quickly, beyond thank you, we should get together, the group of us, and
Yes.
do a lunch, do something. I know we all have different weird schedules. It can be in summer too, so long as it's local. I can ditch my kids for a little while and meet up at a restaurant, but it would be a lot of fun. So let's make that happen.
Yes. Esther, were you able to find a vendor for the 12th grade celebration ceremony?
Yes, we did. We found one and it's someone that's already part of the Riverside family in regards to catering. So they have their credentials, they have their safety, everything that they need. They have them. So I'm really glad.
Awesome.
Yeah, but thank you for asking. And thank you, Ashley, again for posting the revised date on your calendar. There's so much going on in the district that I didn't have a choice but to change the date. So but we were able to change everything yesterday. So it's moving forward and I'm looking forward so much to it. So
It happened.
Awesome.
We get
Yes.
that.
yes. So thank you all. Thank you both. And yes, let's go out to lunch. Let's just start an email or communicating via text and let's make it happen.
Sounds great.
So,
Yes.
I'll see you
Sounds good.
later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.